Standing, I'm the man who takes people out into the field and has them either live interact with, but not yet eyewitness a Sasquatch. And I only say that because Kyle has not yet. You've not eyewitnessed a
Yeah,
Sasquatch.
yeah, I have.
You saw a Sasquatch?
Yeah,
When did you? Not with
last
me.
year. Yeah, yeah, with you last year. I
I
told
take
you
so
about
many
that.
people out, and I don't. Okay, I feel like a bit of a dumbass.
So
Please illuminate me as to your. You actually saw a Sasquatch.
yeah, we were on that ridge, and I was looking through the binoculars. We had Matt and Bob there,
Yeah.
and I was looking. I told the story to Brian on
Mm-hmm.
Sasquatch Odyssey,
Okay.
and he yeah, no, I was looking through binoculars
Yeah.
at that ridge pretty far away,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at this perfect like outline. I can see hair, I can see the shoulders, I can see the head, I can see it taper down, I can see the muscles
Wow.
underneath. And I'm like, what am I looking like? No
Did you
way.
did you tell me?
No, I didn't say anything, and that's where I failed as a researcher that day. That
I'm like,
was
I don't
that
know
was the
this.
day that I failed because I'm
Why?
looking at it and I'm like, no way. There's no way that I'm looking at a Sasquatch through binoculars. Like no
Awesome.
one has done this before.
Awesome.
What's going on? And I was like, it's not moving. It's got to move. It's not moving. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna memorize where it is. There's a tree behind it, and it's on a pretty much
And
like
you didn't
clear
tell
cut
anybody.
spot. No, I didn't
Where
say
was
anything.
I?
You were looking at that was the pine tree that the whole top got smashed out.
Yeah, yeah.
It was right at that area,
Hmm.
and I was looking. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just take the binoculars off of it,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna come back to it in a few seconds. And if I come back and it moved or it's gone, then I know. And I manifested that, and I looked
Wow.
back about 45 seconds later, it was gone. That's it, and it caught my eye too. It wasn't like like I looked at it and I was like, whoa! I had to come back to it and like, okay, that's definitely out of place.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a while for me to be like, yeah, that's what I saw. It had to be. It wasn't a bear down
So
there.
this is my stats, ladies and gentlemen, are just so screwed up because you asked me how many people. It's just below 30% of people that I take out that actually eyewitness a Sasquatch. And then I get this. Well, actually I saw a Sasquatch on your expedition. I get people calling me going, Todd, I actually have a photo of a Sasquatch. I go, what do you mean? You go, remember that thing I heard? And I didn't tell you I took a picture. Oh, you took a picture? Yeah. Yeah, it's a Bigfoot. No, and I go look at it. I mean, it's blurry, but we know, like he heard something there. There's a photograph of a big black object there, and then it's the shape of a Sasquatch. And we went there and found the tracks and saw the whole thing, heard it all. But he forgot to tell me. Well, he took the photo, and what really happens is something that we just witnessed just yesterday. The amazing, the incredible Ashley Ann, who comes out on expedition with us, who is a wonderful, incredible, such an important part of this cooperation. She's a nature infused Ash on Instagram. Amazing, wonderful, spectacular woman. And she saw a Sasquatch, and he was there. And I made sure. So Kyle is going to be doing expeditions next year.
Yes.
So we're expanding, we're growing like big time. I have multiple people that are up to be doing expeditions next year. So we're actually going to pick dates and whatnot. If you want to go on an expedition with Kyle, he's doing them next year. So it's fantastic. I'm super excited about it. But I wanted him to witness as someone as powerful as Ashley, nature infused Ash on Instagram. This woman is powerful. She's amazing. She's strong. She's a beast. She saw a Sasquatch and she was literally there denying it. Right?
Yeah.
Not really. I couldn't have been. So I literally went through 3 pieces of evidence she's undeniable about. And she sat there with not only these 3 incredible pieces of evidence that make it obvious that she saw a Sasquatch, but 50 other, it couldn't be a bear, it couldn't be this, it couldn't be that. So what is it, Ash? And the answer is, at the end of it, she begrudgingly said, how begrudgingly was it? I saw a Sasquatch. But we can laugh about that, but everybody does that. Everybody does that.
I did that.
I filmed 2 Sasquatch, video 2 and 3. I filmed them. And I was like, for months, it took me 6 months before I could call media. I'm on the phone. I filmed the Sasquatch and I have incredible footage. Oh, okay, oh, sure you did, buddy. Click. Then he calls me back. Can we have a look at that footage? Yeah. Sorry. And if I'd have taken a lie detector test, I'd have failed because I couldn't believe it myself. And it is real. And you did. How many people have sightings? Can't tell you how many. I would say the majority of sightings, people never acknowledge. I mean, these are powerful people out here looking for Sasquatch, devoted to it. Ashley is such a great example. She loves it. She's in it. She's such a part of it, such a huge part of my research. And she saw one, and took a hard 20 minutes, wasn't it, to
Yeah.
break her
Yeah, we
down.
had to sit down with her.
To break her down and say, "Come on, girl," like, and let her prove to herself in her own powerful mind that she saw a Sasquatch. And I just spoke to her. I just spoke to her on the phone, and she just said, "You're right, Todd. I saw a Sasquatch," and she's settled with it. And it just, in fact, she went through the process much faster than most people. Most people are just like, they just need a month. They call me in a month, and I go, I just woke up this morning and Todd, I understand. I saw Sasquatch, and I go, I know I was there. So it's it's that huge, guys. It changes you so profoundly. I see it. In Harry and the Hendersons. There's that old guy who's been studying Sasquatch his whole life. He got a whiff of it, and he became devoted his whole life to doing that. And you see, John Green, Renee DeHinden, Grover Krantz, these guys never saw a Sasquatch, and they spent their whole lives devoted to this discovery. And you know, it's awesome how it just affects you, and it's in such a wonderful way, though, right? So if you have questions today, it's probably already 80 questions there. If you have questions today, then about me that you really want to know about me, this is Kyle. Kyle has spent how many days he been on the bush?
6 or 8 weeks with you now.
In the bush, like in the backcountry bush. So he knows. He knows Todd Standing. He knows you can find all about it. JJJ says, how much do expeditions cost? Go to the website. I bet you my mediator guys will have discoveringbigfoot.org is the website. And yeah, we'll be booking expeditions for next year. Probably in November, December, I'll start making those dates. We'll be sold out by February, March at the latest. We'll be all done. Our expeditions will be lit up, and that's just the way it is. Insane Clown Posse update, man. These guys, they want the red carpet, and they're gonna get it. This is the conversation I have with their producer who's coming out and their manager who's coming out. So it's 4 of them. I only take 3 plus me, 4 in total. Now this is gonna be 5. And this is what I keep saying. Yes, can we do this? Yes, can we stay at the hotel? Yes, 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 yes. So they're coming. I think. I mean, they've booked it. They've signed the contracts. They've put their deposits. So, and I want them to come. And I'm just yes, 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 yes. So it's coming fast. I want this expedition. I want these guys out here. I've spoken about it before, and I'm very devoted to it. So, hello, Portugal. Hey, greetings from Kerry Arnold, Bigfoot Odyssey on YouTube. What happened? And rest in peace, Kerry Arnold.
Oh yeah, he passed away. I think past couple days. I saw it on Facebook.
Okay, and who's Kerry Arnold?
I'm not sure. Apparently he was a big name in the
Oh, okay.
in the field.
And no disrespect, I just don't know people. I just don't. I don't get out there. I literally went to a researcher that I trusted, Randy Brisson. I said, "Who are the biggest names in Sasquatch?" He said, "Well, John Bitternagel's a PhD, and Jeff Meldrum is a Titan." And I just emailed those 2 guys. That's what I do with Bigfoot. I emailed them and said, "Hey, don't take my word for it. Come out with me, and I'll show you Sasquatch." And you saw the Discovering Bigfoot documentary. Hello, Washington, man. We'd love.
Yeah.
Northwest Olympics. Okay, because I do Nia Bay, right? And we love the Northwest Olympics. Gorgeous place. And we are so into. There'll be a TikTok video I do this week. And it's Chanel. I'm not gonna. We got a wonderful woman who's out there doing great work. I'm mentoring her. Kyle's gonna mentor her.
Oh yeah, she's coming on the podcast too. She's probably on here right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he'll do a podcast with her, and it's my dream. Don't know this, but it's been a long time. I've been looking for Washington State. I want a spot in Washington State. I want to have a Discovering Bigfoot researcher center there. I think Washington State is the hottest spot in the world for Sasquatch. Just for me personally, that's my own personal opinion. It's so rich, it's so abundant. I know the terrain because I know British Columbia. It's just a little bit south of there. I absolutely love Washington State, guys. I love the mountains there. It's a magnificent place, and this is my dream come true to have that. Because I've been talking to people in Washington State, people, I just never quite got it. And I'm always the guy that likes to pick the apple straight from the tree. That way it doesn't get tarnished and whatnot. And I haven't had a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had a lot of success with the Bigfoot community. They just I have real footage and it pisses people off. I'm controversial because I have real footage, and I'm not gonna make any bones about it. How fast you think they can run?
Ooh. You want to talk about the speed sheep?
The speed sheep. I always go back to the speed sheep. Montana. He wants to go to Montana.
Yeah.
So, and this is actually when he wants, he ends up. He was in New York. He said, "Todd, I want to go to Florida." How do you say
it? Just ask any Italian.
Say New York then.
New York.
New York. There you go. He said he wanted to go to Florida. He's in Florida. Now he's telling me I want to go to Montana. You're going to go to Montana. And I have a spot in Montana for him. I'm going to blow his mind. But in Montana, just north of Lewis and Clark National Forest, these amazing people have this ranch. And 4 people eyewitnessed a Sasquatch chasing down a speed sheep. Speed sheep are pronghorns. They are the second fastest terrestrial animal in the world, except cheetahs. And I would actually argue faster. They've been clocked now faster than cheetahs. And cheetahs can run about 71 miles an hour. I think the record's 73. They've been clocked at 73 miles an hour for about 30 seconds. A speed sheep can run 70 miles an hour for minutes, like not a matter of seconds. So I would say over the appropriate distance, the speed sheep are the fastest animals, and endurance matters so much. What the hell? They hit 70 miles an hour and they hold that, they're going to blow a cheetah right out of the water because the cheetah is going to run out of speed and they're just going to keep blasting right past him. So, and we'll see. Anyways, these people, long story short, too late. These people allege a Sasquatch had scared a speed sheep, got it moving, and ran it down. So, and I hear so much the ring of truth and everything these people are telling me about Sasquatch. And believe me, I know the ring of truth when I hear it. And I'm really convinced they're legit. I'm really convinced that this really happened. And so if that accounting is real, I've heard other accountings, but that's the most significant. 4 eyewitnesses saw that. And I've heard other accountings that kind of show that same speed. So as crazy as it sounds, they may be the fastest terrestrial animal. But at the very least, I would say conservatively, I can account for them 50 miles an hour. So I know that's way under what these people allege to have seen, but I can really account for that kind of velocity, 50 miles an hour through the wilderness, through wilderness.
Yeah, and you've heard them run past you before, and it's like standing on the side of a highway. Just
Something went past me that fast. I've done that demonstration before. Survivor Man, I witnessed that with me. We're on the side of a mountain, and you've seen the cliffs up there.
Yeah.
Right? This mountain is crazy. And on a steep, incredible mountain where there's trees all over the place, a Sasquatch ran past me so fast. And I would only clock that as about, actually, I'd say 50 miles an hour. That's maximum speed I've seen. So fast. So they're really, really quick, really powerful. What's not matching up, guys, and what doesn't make any sense, and I'll be my own worst critic with it, is they have high speed, like sprinter speed, but endurance. I've seen them run down elk many times. You can't run down an elk and have sprinter speed. A sprinter can't do distance, and a distance guy doesn't do sprinting. They're opposite ends of the spectrum. No animal does that. Wolves have really good speed but incredible endurance. Bears have super fast speed and bad endurance. It works that way. Cheetah, incredible speed, no endurance, right? It's like that in the biology. That's life force energy. That's physics. That's muscular, slow twitch fibers. And yet what I see in the Sasquatch is the ability to run down an elk and the ability to run as fast as a pronghorn. So it doesn't make any sense. So I'm probably really wrong, but I'm just being honest with you and telling you the truth. That's what I've seen. Bigfoot Society, cheers. Yes, thank you for tuning in. What's up, bro? Hello, Train Terror. I'm sending greetings via speak and chat. Mind speak? Smiley down. I think I remember Smiley down right. I think he's mind speaking.
Yeah, I've seen him on the chats before.
Greetings, mind speak. So back to you. I joke about, hey, Andy. So Andy will put up stuff. Brown dwarf Carrie passed away. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for putting that there. And respect to Carrie, who passed away. Sincerely respect. So hello from California coast. Hello, Julie. Brown dwarf, love your TikTok channel. What? Oh,
you got a TikTok channel?
I don't know. Maybe Brown dwarf. We're a little uneducated. Maybe Brown dwarf is Carrie. Because Brown dwarf. Oh, he's talking to. Oh, okay. Anyways, it's all good. I'm picking up slowly. Morning, Todd from Ireland. Good.
Yeah.
Top of the morning to you. My grandmother, my paternal grandmother was Ireland. Her last name was Ireland, so I think I got some Irish in me. You can tell by the freckles. So hello, Andy. Hello from Northern Alberta. Well, that's Fort McMurray, Grand Prairie. I went to Fort McMurray Composite High School for 1 year, and was 5. I lived in Grand Prairie for 2 years. 5, 6, 7. Hi from Bear Paw Mountains. Hello, Russell. I think you've been here before. Good evening, everyone. Boom. This is apparently that's Todd. Hi, Todd Standing. Thanks, Todd Standing.
Wow. Okay.
So maybe another Todd Standing. I actually know there's a native man who lives in Saskatchewan. His name is Todd Standing. He's a native. And it's like Todd Standing, or it's like Todd Bear Standing, and his last name is
okay.
Standing. So all good. Hey, brother, good to see you from Nia Bay. Hey,
Ooh, Nia
Bay.
Bay.
That's Brian
Sweet.
from Nia Bay. Hello, Brian. Yes, and I'm back. Still every second week I'll do these live shows, guys, because I'm doing expeditions like my very existence depended upon it, because I need to get new evidence. I need to blow the world's mind with new evidence, and we're fighting for it, man. Do we work hard?
Oh yeah.
Are we working hard?
Yep.
Like,
Doing
man,
scary stuff, pushing the limits.
we are busting our ass, guys, and we are out there, boots on the ground, every second week, out in the bush. The best in the world come out and work with us, and we're killing it. So thank you, Jogo Gun Gomez. I love this stuff too. Todd, Judy from Cape Cod, Mass. How are you? Jody. Is that my Jody? That's I got. Have you see Boston stuff around here? I got Boston hats, Boston shirts. So hello, Jody. Very nice to see you on here. Hi from Georgia. Would you ever play the Sierra Sounds in your research? We would. Didn't we want to do that?
I kind of want to, but we've never done anything like that.
Somebody was. I think Ashley wants to do that. Ashley is going to do it.
Yeah. Or was that Chanel that wanted to do that?
No, it was somebody out in the fields was saying we got to do this, because I have a little. In fact, here it is, right here, right within my reach. So we were. What were we doing out there with the speaker?
Yeah, we were having fun singing and dancing for
the Sasquatch. All for the Sasquatch, guys. I went up in the bush and I sang my heart out.
I got a video of it.
Yeah, he's got video of it, so it's blackmailing.
I'm not gonna blackmail.
I'm proud of that stuff, though. I push the limits. I know that Sasquatch have come around. We have a colleague, Craig, who had a sighting this year. That's amazing. Congratulations, Craig. He's an expeditioner, and he had an amazing sighting. It's changed his life in a real positive way. I'm really proud of him, and he did it, music and loud. So, and a lot of people have that. So, Jason, shoot. What do you do? So there is Expedition October. So Jason, shoot. And here's breaking news since Jason's on. So I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but I'm gonna, just because I want to give you guys. I really respect that you guys show up for these live shows. We get such good coverage for it. I'm so grateful you guys are on here, and you're gonna find out very first after Jason and Ashley knows. Of course, Kyle knows my close personal people come, but it's Avocado David. The very famous, it's just Avocado David Wolf, Avocado David Wolf, 250,000 followers on Instagram, just worldwide famous for his love of nature and mushrooms and growing foods and sustainability. He is stoked to come out on expedition. He's a big fan of the work that I've done. I'm stoked to have him. This is paradigm shifting stuff, guys. He is an absolutely enormous figure in social media. And I haven't told anybody this. And if you don't watch the live show, you're not going to know till it's all said and done. There'll be a posting on Instagram, and Dave will be there going, I saw a Sasquatch, most likely. Or I live interacted with a Sasquatch. Or I went out and saw incredible, amazing evidence. At the very least, we'll show them tracks, we'll show them tree breaks, live tracks, the 8-year-old, like Kyle's been out there. Man, let's talk about what happened this year with Kyle. How about specifically, Kyle, something approached you in the trailer? Let's talk about that.
Oh, yeah. That was scary. That was
So I had to leave because he had a 1-week expedition with me. He's doing 1 week out without me. So I left. He was with Ashley, and this is what happened.
So we were supposed to have a full moon that night, and it was just getting dark, and we heard a tree break about 100 yards away. So
wow.
I kind of walked towards that way because I was super excited because that stuff amps me up. Mm-hmm. And in the middle of me talking to Ashley, I thought I heard a whoop, like out in the distance a little bit. And when I turned around to look at her, her eyes got huge and her mouth opened super wide. I was like, what? And that's when she saw that Sasquatch move across the trail. And of course, when I turned around, right?
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
This is with the sound?
Yeah.
Go on. Apologies.
So after that, we went back to the fire because nothing else was happening. And
how long after that?
Half hour, 45 minutes.
Okay, quite a bit of distance.
So the moon was not up yet. It wasn't past the trees, so it was darker than it would have been with a full moon. And there was some screech, like all of a sudden out of nowhere, like this really loud screech. And I know it's not an owl because they don't have that kind of lung capacity. It was much louder, and it was a total different call, I guess you would say. It sounded like a deer or like a rabbit in distress. It was up on the trail. And then it was really far away within a few seconds. And then a few seconds later, it's about 30 yards away from us. And it's pitch black. We can't see anything except what's around the firelight. So my first thought was, okay, it's a baby deer or a baby elk or something running around, which doesn't make sense because I can't hear it running through the woods. But if it's a wounded animal running towards us, there's something on its trail, and I don't need that coming into camp. So we're going on the trailer because safety's first for me. I don't want to be out there with a grizzly bear hot on the tail of its prey, because that's a very, very bad thing. So I got it in the trailer with Ashley. We opened up the windows and it went past the trailer. It didn't come into view, but it ran like the bottom of the hill, where the flat spot is. And then it kept making the noise. It ran across the Porcupine Trail and then up towards the Gifting Hill, and then it stopped. And that's when I was like, it went towards the Gifting Hill. That's
Very significant.
That's significant.
So I didn't know it happened 30 minutes after Ashley eyewitnessed a Sasquatch. Yeah. That just changes everything too. So I didn't get that correlation. So they heard a tree break, which is extremely likely to have been Sasquatch. We'll find that tree break. They didn't find it yet. They tried to. They were unable to.
Yeah, I was annoyed about that. Like, it was clearly a tree being pushed over or broken, snapped in half. Like, I know what that sounds like. That's happened to me before.
Ashley says second night it happened.
Oh, was it the second night? I thought it was the first night.
She just texted
awesome.
That.
Thank you, Ashley. But
hey, babe.
Yeah, we went over there to look for it, and we went really far to the right and really far to the left, and we went up in there way too far, like past 200 yards, and we could not find a fresh tree break in there. They're all, already been there.
But she's saying second night it happened. What does she mean?
So the second night was the screeching that we heard. The first night was the tree break and the whoop.
Oh, and the eyewitness accounting.
Right.
So that was a day later.
That was a difference.
So they weren't connected.
No.
Okay, that's super important. Thank you, Ashley.
I apologize. They kind of morphed together there.
Yeah.
I apologize.
That's really important because it makes it much more significant.
Yeah.
So what the sound that he's relaying to me, the only thing I can think of that would make that sound and do that kind of behavior would be a pika. And it's way too low altitude. I'm not seeing the pikas up at altitude much anymore. No. Never mind down low.
And there's no way a pika is going to cross 200 yards in
they can't
35, 40 seconds.
Pika's out of and Ashley did a really good duplication of the sound, very, very well. And so I don't know anything other than a Sasquatch that would make that sound. We also have a young Sasquatch who's coming around, interacting with us like crazy. Starting last year with Matt, I witnessed him, the eyes of this individual. This young approximately 8-year-old, plus or minus a year. He might be 9, not likely 7. I'd say 8 or 9-year-old Sasquatch. It's coming around a lot, and just this sounds like that particular individual. And if he came around, and even any kind of being that's going to move quickly over a great distance and make no sound, that's Sasquatch, guys. Because they do that
at night and we had that bear come around us that one night. If it's a bear, it's going to move really slow, and it's going to lumber through the woods, and it's going to be breaking branches. You're going to hear that thing.
Which we heard in the distance with the bear.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And it made that shriek noise, and then it was really far away. The next time it made the shriek noise, like 15, maybe 10 seconds later. And then all of a sudden, like I said, it was like 30, 40 yards away.
Yeah.
Like right within a few seconds, we didn't hear crash, bang, bang, or anything like that. It was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. Very impressive. So good possibilities with that. So and nothing else in the wilderness too. I don't know of anything that would bust a tree. Like you hear silence, tree break, silence, like a bear, a moose. If they did, it would be just continuous breakage. Bust, smash, boom, bang, bang. Antlers, that kind of stuff. It's very, very obviously ungulate behavior. Bears don't break a tree and then it just doesn't happen. And in this particular area, that's happened to us half a dozen times at least, where we heard a busted tree. Sometimes the majority of the time we find the break because we'll scour the earth looking for it. But one of the 6 times I can think of in the last year and a half of the last 2 years of research, we've heard a tree get busted, and 5 times out of 6 we found it. So and even with Kyle, I'm going to get that general area. He's going to make sure he gets me a close idea of the quadrant that it's in.
Well, I'm going back tomorrow.
Yeah. So he's going back tomorrow with a very successful expeditioner and amazing colleague that we're very grateful to have, Darren Browers, who is also on, he's Kaiser Budo on Instagram. Just incredible success he's getting. He's had at least 2 eyewitness encounters with the Sasquatch. So he's done really, really well. And they're going out. So it'd just be him and Darren for 4 days. And I just love that people are getting out to the research center without me. That's what the goal is training people to make this and other research centers, full-time Sasquatch research centers. They're just precipitating. This is I almost need a swear card, guys, for the amount of success. Like, this is ridiculous. Ashley had a sighting, this Sasquatch approaching, busted tree. You guys were only there together for what, 2 days?
The tree break happened, if I'm correct,
Mhm.
was within an hour and a half of you leaving.
So awesome. It's all good. Okay, let's get back to some questions here. Please subscribe if you want to subscribe, guys. Thank you, Andy, for that. Any European Sasquatch reports? Man, they are like very weak. I don't really. It's hard for me. Yeah, it's just hard for me. I talked about the ICP update in the next question. The new Prey movie is out. Native American woman fighting. I saw that. Have you ever had any Native Americans tell you stories about Bigfoot physical encounters? I'm talking really old stories. I've got so many Native stories. They're like, legends, like legendary, awesome, amazing stories that are just. Did I ever tell you about the Cougar Warrior one, Kyle?
I know the one about Roosevelt, or the one that Teddy Roosevelt
Oh,
talked
okay.
about.
But there's just so many stories, so many. Yes, dozens and dozens of them, and new ones too. They're just amazing. I just, I just love the Native history.
Oh, hey, James.
This is James Penner. Somehow I'm coming up with this Todd. Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, James. He was supposed to come out with us and did
Yeah.
not. We haven't spoken about that
That's
yet.
okay.
So, does Bigfoot fight the predator in the movie? No.
I don't think so.
So, would you rest in peace, Carrie Arnold again? Respect. Hi, Todd. Dave Milwaukee. Big fan. Thank you, Dave. Dave Milwaukee Sports and Saucers.
Alien stuff?
Oh, that's cool. Sports and Saucers. Fox 8 Ball. Hello. Bigfoot in other Bigfoot in every state. Well, definitely not in Hawaii. I actually got commissioned to go out to Hawaii, which was a dream. I haven't been to Hawaii yet. I had a couple opportunities, just never precipitated. But somebody called me out and said they were going to pay me like 10 grand to go out to Hawaii for a week and do some Bigfoot research. And I literally just I talked to some native people, and I was just like, man, the native people have no record, no knowledge, nothing to do with Sasquatch. So I say absolutely no. If the natives people say there's no Sasquatch, then I'm done. I'm peace out. I did that when I'm wearing my Swede team pants today from Sweden that I got. I went to Sweden, and they wanted me to look for Bigfoot. I went out there not for Bigfoot research though. And then I went out there and I talked to some people about Viking history. The Vikings didn't talk about Sasquatch. So were they there? No. So that's all I have to say about that. Andy says, Carrie Arnold's body of work speaks for itself, and he did move the discovery process of Bigfoot forward. Rest in peace. Thank you again. And we do respect to all you people who are doing amazing Sasquatch research. It moves forward slowly at times, it seems, but it's coming to an end. We are going to finish this discovery. We are going to finish it. If not me, if not him, if not Ashley or somebody else I'm working with or training, somebody else somewhere. This is getting done, guys. We're too close. This is going to break. We are just too close. The stuff that Kyle's seen, and even the stuff that you've heard about with Matt and Bob and Darren sighting and what's going on with Ashley and the little structure that we got built for us. Like, you're out there.
I got a rock thrown at me.
We didn't even talk about that. Day one, incredible success. Rock thrown at him. So, we had immense success. Like he actually, did you ask for a rock to get thrown at you?
Yeah, that was so. I've had trees getting pushed over around me. I've heard whoops. I've heard screams. I've heard tree knocks, rock knocks, just about everything really. And the one thing that hasn't happened to me leading to that time was a rock being thrown or stick being thrown at me.
Yeah. And
that was like, yes, it finally happened. So I was really excited about that.
Yeah. So, and there's more that's going on here right now, guys, that I can't even talk about. There's just different levels. Well, I'll talk about it a little bit. There's extrasensory perception stuff. We're working with, getting to a different frequency in our mindsets and seeing things, third eye, understanding of things. Like, this stuff is important, guys. Sasquatch, our psychic ability, you've heard me say it before, I'll say it again. Psychic abilities are absolutely real. And the Sasquatch are at a very high level of psychic ability. And that's how we're communicating. And that's what stuff's happening. You know what? I'm not afraid to talk about it. Kyle, what exactly with that rock throwing? Tell us exactly what happened. Really?
So it was like first thing right out of the camper that morning. we heard, I think it was tree knocks, correct, over there?
That was.
So I was in pajamas still. We just boogied on over there because that's our new rule. If you hear something and it's like a definitive, you just go over there. It's
Get your
not
ass
a
over there. Go figure it out.
Yeah, it's not just oh, let's hang around and see. Like unless it's dark, I'm going over there.
Even when it's dark, doesn't matter. Get your ass out there.
All right, fine. But yeah, so we went over there in the woods, and he was like out of it still, which I thought he was just sleepy. But
I wasn't. I was in a different frequency of mindset.
Yep.
I stayed in a higher frequency. I call it level 1. So where I'm really in a heightened state of consciousness. And what happened, Kyle?
So we went back there and we found a spot to sit down. We were foraging berries and just chilling out and showing whatever was watching us that we were calm.
Yep.
And he literally goes, "Watch this." And I'm looking at him.
I say that.
Yeah. He says, "Watch this." So, I look over at him and I hear like snap thud. His arms didn't move. I was that a berries. Rock? Yeah. Did a rock just get thrown at us? Oh my God. I'm going to go find that rock. And he's like, I don't want to, I don't want to do this.
That just happened. I just can't believe, because I was getting all these communications, and you literally must understand something, guys. So I'm feeling this being, and I'm aware of the being. And I literally said, berries, bunch berries.
Yeah.
I saw the bunch berries, and the being told me, sit down and eat those bunch berries. Kyle just flew over. I never told you that. Did I ever tell you that? Remember the bunch berries we sat? I said, look at all the bunch berries. They led me there and told me to sit my ass down and eat bunch berries, and you too. So I didn't have to convince him. He flew over. He loves bunch berries. He's sitting there, he's pounding these a beautiful mass of bunch berries, a lot.
There was a lot of them.
We're eating them, and then I keep hearing something. I keep hearing something. And Kyle wants that rock throw. Did you tell me you wanted a rock thrown, Kyle?
I literally like that night or that morning.
Okay.
I manifested that.
Anyways, I don't recall him saying I'd love to have a rock. In fact, you never told me that. You never told me I'd love to have a rock thrown at me. You didn't tell me that.
I feel like I have.
You told me that after it happened. You're like, dude, I wanted this so bad. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So, but literally, I just had a moment where I go, look over at Kyle, go, watch this. I was speaking what was in my head. Watch this. Boom. Rock falls down. I'm just in disbelief.
Found that rock.
He's got the rock. And I'm in disbelief. I'm like, man, did that really happen? Was I just a conduit for a being to speak? So the being that threw that rock, do you think it was a bear? Do you think a squirrel threw that rock? The rock is this freaking big.
Didn't fall out of a tree.
It came whipping through the. It wasn't even far away though. That wasn't whipping.
No, it was like there was like a hill on the other side. I think it came over the other side of the hill.
30 yards.
Why didn't we go over there?
I was in disbelief. I just had a being speak to me through my head. I'm not used to this stuff.
Just had a rock thrown at us, so neither was I. But
I was really like, this is overwhelming stuff for me. And that's not even the tip of the iceberg of what happened this week. What I was perceiving, what I was talking about, it was blowing him away, blowing me away, blew Ashley away.
The thing that really sold it for me was he just kind of like, watch this. And I look over at him like, what do you mean? Like, what are you going to do? And you didn't move. You were kneeling down with your hands in front of you, and I just heard it.
And the rock came from the opposite direction.
And it came from.
For those of you who were saying Todd kicked it with his foot or something stupid.
No, you.
It literally came towards me, so I didn't throw a rock from 50 yards away from me towards me.
Yeah.
Don't say stupid.
I heard
it
like hit
please.
A couple sticks, hit the ground, and roll like. Duh, duh, duh.
Yeah.
I was like.
He went crazy. I wanted a rock throw. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, I wanted a rock thrown. And then he started going, because he gets excited. I had this, I had that. I wanted a rock thrown, and a rock just got thrown at me. I gotta go find it. I'm like, okay. Then he found it. He picks it up. He's all excited. Look, this rock didn't belong here. Look, it was out of place. It rolled under. And this is the rock. It's brand new. It shouldn't be here. And I'm like, I'm still in disbelief. Like a rock got thrown when I was told to watch this, and he tossed a rock at us. And even it tells me, and this is not definitive and amazing. This is very interesting. It tells me that they knew that Kyle wanted that. Do you think that's a coincidence? Yeah. He really wanted that. That's not a coincidence.
That's because I manifested that.
And the Sasquatch, and another thing that's been happening this weekend is he's not able to mind speak the way I'm getting. So I've been literally, Sasquatch are talking to me to talk to him. I'm deferring information to him. I'm asking him questions. They're excited about certain things, and it's like, holy crap. Like,
certain like personal things in my life that nobody really knows about.
And they're excited about that, and they're asking him. So they're reading him. He's just not. So he's putting it out there, but he's not receiving it yet. And I'm just starting to get there. Jose Silva. I'm going to start promoting his stuff. I'm doing Jose Silva mind work. It's getting to theta and beta and doing these things with your mind that are very impressive. And so Ashley's
And
into it. My son went and lost his mind doing this stuff, just in a real positive way.
I want to talk about this though because this is really groundbreaking stuff.
Hmm.
You know, this isn't just like something new that we figured we'd try. Like
Hmm.
this is really affecting our work. This is really like
It
connecting
is.
us more with the Sasquatch. It's
Yeah.
like every day we're out there, we're having rocks thrown at us and tree breaks and crazy vocalizations. Like
Hmm.
we never really got that kind of stuff going on when we're just sitting there smacking trees and
Hmm.
yelling at them and stuff.
We're
So
listening. We're
right,
listening in special
right.
ways that they're trying to
So
talk.
this whole mind speak stuff, I mean, we all know it's been around. The CIA has been using it for 30, 40 years now.
Hmm.
This isn't new, and we're using it now, and it's showing us that this is probably the way we're going to have to make this discovery.
It always has been. We can't make this discovery unless we're able to communicate like this. Understand this. When you can mind speak, when somebody can get into your head, you can't lie anymore. That's the paradigm shift, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this discovery is not just some new billy ape. It's not just some new mammal we've discovered. These beings can mind speak, and they are not interested in communicating with us until we open up, until we expose ourselves wholeheartedly, even to one another. Can you imagine living in a world where somebody commits a crime and you just go up to them and you could just see right in the, you go open your mind, because I've discovered you must open your mind. Open your mind, and when I read it, I'm going to see what really happened, and you can't lie anymore. No more lawyers, no more courts. Justice is everywhere. Justice is in everything. No one can lie anymore. It's a society of integrity, honesty, love, devotion, positivity. That's all we'll have left, ladies and gentlemen. Want to live there? And the Sasquatch won't come and won't interact with us until we go there. So you need to go there. All of you need to go there. You have a responsibility. And I can sit down with anybody. I have seen the biggest skeptics in the world. In 2 minutes, they'll go, "Oh, I guess I mind speak too. Oh, I guess I have psychic abilities." You see me do it, Kyle. Doesn't matter who it is. I'll prove to you you have stereoscopic psychic abilities, and people just blow it off. Well, I do, but what do you want to do? Work on it, grow it, evolve it. It's nature. I was not doing this, guys. The Sasquatch have been talking to me for over a decade, and I've been just
Well,
ignoring
let me
it.
hold you on that for a second because I've got hundreds of encounters where I've heard people were like, they get this weird feeling and then they hear "get out," and you're
Right?
like, that wasn't. And Survivor Man said that
Right?
he got what did he say? Was it either "get out" or was it "we're sleeping" or something like that?
Something. But I'll tell you, ladies
What?
and gentlemen, Survivor Man is the most honest, integral human being I've ever met. That man does not say anything but truth. When he says something, when he told me orbs are real, orbs are real.
Yeah,
I
my
didn't do
dad saw an
orbs,
orb.
right?
Orbs are real.
And now we have Caitlin, who has pictures and photographs of
Oh my
orbs,
god, they're really
right?
good too.
She's amazing. So but I was like, no, please, no, no. But I'll tell you, when I know someone like Survivor Man, he says they're real, it's done. When he says they mind spoke with him, it's done. They mind
Yeah.
speak. It's that simple. And we all have to come into this. All of you have to come into this. Do you want to live in a world where just it's all truth and integrity, where you can just feel free to show all your desires, all the things you've done, good and bad, and we're just open, and we can just be transparent. Transparency and honesty and integrity, nothing but that. And the Sasquatch haven't come to us and haven't opened up to us because we don't do that, and we need to. And that's what my job is. That's what Kyle's job is going to be. Ashley's going to do it. All the people that I work with. It's all about us finding a way. It's not so much about Sasquatch research anymore, is it? It's about expanding your own
It's about
mind.
your own research. It's about figuring yourself out too.
Right? We all need to open up to this discovery, otherwise it won't happen. And that's why we're getting success, because it's coming. It's all coming. It's all falling into place. All you people, I bet you 10% of you out there are going, screw this, this is crap. And then other 90% of the thousands of people that will watch this video, we're all going, really? It's Jose Silva, guys. There's a 34-minute video, and there's one that's over an hour. You can find it on YouTube. It's just a stupid little picture of Jose Silva, but it goes through stuff. I did the first 34 minutes, changed my life. I was literally able to say, watch this, and the Sasquatch threw a rock, and much more than that, because of 34 minutes with Jose Silva's mind, getting your mind in that right frequency, finding your space, and existing on that plane of existence. And I couldn't be more in my infancy. I haven't even opened the door. I'm looking through the keyhole at the potential for this kind of knowledge and understanding. And we all have a responsibility to do that. Meditation, clarity, integrity, honest justice. If that's you, I grew up loving that stuff. If that's you, You're in the right place. Sasquatch are bringing that to us, and a paradigm shift that will forever change humanity in ways that are going to blow this. And that's not even the beginning, guys. Oh yeah, it's way beyond psychic. It's about bending and breaking trees in ways that are
Physically
frequencies,
impossible.
using frequencies, and it's physically impossible for what we know,
Right.
but not for what the Sasquatch can do. Looking, feeling over the ground and seeing the rocks and the debris and the terrain under there, knowing what's in that ground, pulling a rock out that you knew was there because you could see it. The same way a dolphin feels into the belly of a pregnant woman or sees a human being in distress and knows that this distress is real. A dolphin can do that. We absolutely have that capability. 100%. The Sasquatch are doing it. I've seen so much evidence to substantiate that. It's stupid for me to have taken this freaking long. I've been such a mule-headed, stubborn bugger. Oh, well, that. Oh, well, this. Oh, well, that. And they've been showing me for so long. And I've just been like, how are they breaking those tree breaks, Kyle? We still don't know. 45-foot tree breaks in the air from trees that are 3-4 inches thick. No amount of power could do in any living being. And trees are undamaged. How are they? If they're trying to impress me, they have. Are you impressed, Kyle?
Extremely impressed.
Like this.
And they don't leave any prints. Like I've even had the consideration, like, okay, well, let's look at the monster tree that's next to this tree break. There's not a piece of, there's not a pine needle missing.
Unless they
on
want
any of
it. Unless they want you to see it. The
Right.
ones that we see, there's a track that keeps drying Ashley.
We're talking about a 700-800 pound Sasquatch climbing up a tree to break another one. Like there's going to be evidence of that, you think, but they don't leave any sign. They'll leave one footprint sometimes around the base of the tree break, and you're like,
on purpose.
Right.
They're the greatest trackers that have ever lived, though.
Yeah.
That's just that's not paranormal stuff, guys. That's just the greatest tracker that grows up training with the greatest tracker, iron sharpening iron, like literally another level of exceptional skills and abilities that just we won't even get into today. But that's what this is about, guys. Have you seen the video that shows two Sasquatch in the Patterson-Gimlin film? I don't really. I just, yeah, I don't know. I love the Patterson-Gimlin film as it is. I don't like.
There's two in that footage.
Adding or looking, or I've seen some people talk about, look at this and look at this blurry object. Why? No, it took us. Some people still don't think the Patterson footage is real. Let's focus on what we need to focus on. The Patterson footage is real, guys. In 1967, a human being filmed an incredible piece of Sasquatch footage that to this day, I guess some people would argue is matched by what I've done, kind of. We need to make an improvement upon that. We need to get something that's gonna in HD. That's really gonna be I don't want to be debatable having better footage than the Patterson film. I want people to see a piece of evidence or footage that me or my cooperation has been able to precipitate, that they go, that's superior. That is unbelievable. And it can be done. It will be done. We're going to achieve that. And I'm so grateful for that Patterson footage. So we as people only inhabit less than 50% of the land in the United States.
There you go.
Right? Like when I take people out on an expedition, they all look out and they see an ocean of trees that they know is hundreds of miles further and people think there's no space for them out here. Like, isn't it a joke? It's a joke, guys.
Yeah.
So he's with Bigfoot Odyssey. You guys are just having a conversation. Hey, Randy Morgan, what months are the most active? Well, for me personally, it's the Mardi Gras time is the berries. So, and the Sasquatch get crazy when they know in October before the snow is about to fly. They get crazy with just because the elk are fat, the berries are in abundance, they're fat, and so October. But it's actually highest risk, highest reward. He went to go up to Radium last year and go climb the mountain. When Survivor Man did, he didn't get close. He didn't get halfway.
I got halfway.
He didn't get more than halfway.
Right.
So he's gonna hit me.
I got halfway. But
it's frustrating.
That was frustrating.
Highest risk, highest reward, which means you will literally fail. I went up with James in the same time year I went up with him, and we went up there. It was beautiful. Like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, plus 20. It was warm, not windy, and gorgeous. We hiked down the mountain. The next night that we were down the mountain, minus 20, 12 inches of snow. It would have been, if we would have stayed up one more day, we may have frozen to death. We wouldn't have. We would have survived. It would have been brutal. And I don't know if we would have made it down that mountain alive. So we would have had to spend 4 times as much time coming down that mountain. I would have had to rope up, and we would have been fighting for survival down that mountain. You go down a mountain in 12 inches of snow in minus 20, and that snow, it starts by creating a layer of water that freezes to ice and then gets covered by snow. Death defying. James is on here right now. I bet you he has goosebumps thinking about one more day up there with that. I wouldn't have allowed it. As soon as that cold came in, as soon as that snow started, we'd have got the hell out of there because you die. That's the risk you take. High risk, high reward. I'm not talking, I ain't playing when I say risk. I mean your life is at risk. That's how harsh the weather will smoke your ass out there. So very dangerous time of year. What's your TikTok account? You must be talking to some. I have a Todd Standing TikTok, but I don't really do much there. Kyle, what section of the Adirondacks are the hot spot for Sasquatch in?
Ooh, awesome. Question for me. So the place that I took Todd was Wild Peaks National Forest.
Todd.
And we had really good success there. We had really good success there. But I've heard a lot of different accounts.
Yeah, we had pretty good success there.
Further north, further east, towards Vermont. Really pretty much anywhere in the Adirondack Park with like a dense enough wilderness and hopefully no hiking trails is probably your best bet. And just look for the signs, look for the tree breaks, look for the ask around. People have their legends. I mean, the Adirondack towns are pretty small for the most part. I mean, you're going to have tourists and whatnot, but most of them have lived there for a while. So if you ask around, you'll probably hear some crazy stories and they'll probably point you in the right direction and look for fresh tree breaks and start there.
Stand on the shoulders of people. I went out there guided, right? And we had a Sasquatch come around us. Live interaction was amazing, substantiated by the most significant evidence. If you didn't see the Adirondack section of Sasquatch footage that I played on Wild TV, it's coming out in the movie, and there's more to it than that I didn't put out there. So, hello, Jody, says Randy. My brother builds logging roads. The whole crew have seen them and tracks. High populations there. This is the Northwest Olympics. And isn't it, like
So awesome.
Brian's on here from Nia Bay. He'll blow your mind with the native stories, how incredible they are. Speaking of even old and new native stories, just Brian from Nia Bay has amazing. It was just like historic, beautiful accountings that are rich in what they teach us. Like brilliant stuff, guys. So, and the Olympics are incredibly amazing Sasquatch habitat. Not surprised at all. Bears Paws Mountains are in Montana. Well, so that's Russell.
Awesome.
So what's your email, Kyle?
For the podcast web, Gmail, it's Discovering Bigfoot Podcast at gmail.com.
Discovering Bigfoot Podcast at gmail.com. We're talking to you, Russell. I expect you to send Kyle an email.
Shoot me a message.
Because, man, he's coming out there. So he's super interested in... I'll tell you what, Russell. I'll send you a link, Kyle, to that Montana thing I got.
Okay.
And you can share it with Russell.
All right.
So you want to see that, Russell? I've been to Montana. I spent over 100 days in the backcountry forests of Lewis and Clark National Forest in Montana. There's Sasquatch out there. Oh, yes.
That's my aim, too.
There are Sasquatch out there. I'm planning to take a whole year off starting in April. Where should I start? I live in Alabama.
Start right in Alabama.
The Talladega Forest, baby.
Yep.
I've been there. There's Sasquatch there, but they are kind of cranky.
A little aggressive?
No, I wouldn't say aggressive. I just say cranky. Probably tired of being shot at. America. The florists go out there with guns. You know what I mean? So how old do you have to be in Alabama to carry a gun? I don't think they have an age. It's just
18.
Likely. Is it 18?
National, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was as soon as you can steadily hold a pencil, they give you a gun in Alabama. I'm just joking. I loved Alabama. I was down the Talladega Forest and Talladega Forest in the Cheehaw Valley. I always remember that one. And the Cheehaw, man, they are just like, their emblem is Sasquatch. They're so cool. Totally Sasquatch crazy down there. And wonderful people. I had such a great time down there. I love the terrain. Just about snakes. Well, I guess there's scorpions.
You got Mississippi, Arkansas. I mean, the Fouke Monster, the legend of the Boggy Creek was in Arkansas. Mm-hmm. So you're right in a pretty decent hotspot there.
Yeah. I don't go to Arkansas, though. Stay in Alabama. It's great there. So that's my suggestion.
It's their choice. Let him do what he wants.
I didn't know you followed Todd. Okay. Hello from the Unahari National Forest. And guys, like Bear's Paw, we just got information that's in Montana. Like, we don't know where the Unahari, what states then? I'd like a little info because this actually matters to me. So please hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Andy.
Andy, you're the best.
If you're enjoying the show, we appreciate your help, Andy. Really, really fantastic. Yes, I'm a Bigfoot addict.
You gotta be.
And that's what we're looking for, is people that are just, I bet you got lots of little gems, right, that'll help us out. Welcome everyone. Bonjour, salava. This is French. Hello, Danielle. So hope possibly from France or maybe from Eastern Canada. Speed and agility over through obstacle course. I couldn't even imagine. This is some Bigfoot NY Todd. Interesting name. Speed and agility over and through obstacles. I couldn't even imagine oh my God. Absolutely. Just what I've seen them do, the way, like, I remember watching a Sasquatch running through the wilderness. And I remember there was this huge tree fall area. Like, there's just like piles of trees. And I'm like, oh, he's going to slow right down. I'm going to look at I'm going to have a good look at this dude as he slows down. How's he even going to get through that wall of trees? He literally jumped. Imagine running. And then he jumped. And it's like he reached down and touched his toes. Like, so he jumped up, reached down and touched his toes. So he became a streamlined nothing and went right through this spot. It was maybe 4 feet, but it's 4 feet. And he's a 8-foot Sasquatch approximately. And went right through and boom, hit the ground and didn't even slow down. I was like, you watch that and you go, and I did have my camera and I was hitting record. I just didn't get the focus, guys. Like, I had my camera, I had it in my hand, I turned power on and I hit record and I put it up and I got nothing for footage because he was gone. Like that encounter, that visualization, it felt like it was 3 minutes. It was probably 5 seconds. And it takes my camera about 6 seconds. It takes my camera 5 seconds to turn on and start recording. And by that time, you're just seeing, I got to get my focus and zoom in. And it's just free. I won't even look down at my camera lens, though, guys. I refuse. If I get the shot, that's fine. I'm not going to sit down there and look around. I'm going to see what's going on. Like, could you imagine? Could you do that, Kyle? Could you look down at the lens when there's a Sasquatch in front of you?
Nope. No, I'm entirely focused on what he's doing.
Sorry, not sorry. I did that with video 3, guys. I was looking at the Sasquatch. That's why I kept my zoom way out. I didn't zoom in at all. I just kept looking at him. And I'll be honest, I had the screen right below my eye line, and I would just a tenth of a second spin it. Oh, pan, he's there. But that's all I did. That's why video 3 never got zoomed in on, was because I was just focused on just making sure I could see, because I didn't know if he's going to turn directions, come running at me. That was the damn plan. Was that Sasquatch supposed to cross the creek and go right through us, like, tackle our asses? And the maniac that I was with, not him, just my colleague at the time, he's a Calgary rodeo clown for fun. 4,000-pound bulls ride his, like, put a horn on his ass, and he just has a good time with it. He's a famous rodeo clown that has no fear of 4,000-pound bulls. He's not moving out of the way of the Sasquatch. I was like, I will. I'll be moving. So I wasn't a believer in Sasquatch at that point. Never mind a knower like he was. So just a couple more questions here, guys. Good day. And kudos to Adam, who will watch us, our Australian that came out this year and killed it. Yeah. Killed it. Greetings, Todd. Are you still conducting expeditions? Yes, this is an expedition. We are boots on the ground. If so, I would like to know where to inquire. Discoveringbigfoot.org. I bet you Andy's put up a little thing for it. It's discoveringbigfoot.org on the expeditions page. Go have a look there. Idaho loves Todd Standing. Well, we got a research site that's going to happen in Idaho. So we're so excited. Caitlin's, she's on a podcast with you, right?
Yeah.
She did a show with you.
Episode number 2.
Episode number 2. Amazing woman. We're so excited to have her on board. We're going to get her rolling as fast as we can. Ashley K. Yes, I want to play the sounds. There she is.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Ashley. And she's a darn mediator. That's awesome.
Yeah, you made her a mediator.
I don't know if I try. So Ashley doesn't need to be a mediator. She literally sends me a text.
Just text you like, no, you're wrong.
I just spoke to her right before this conversation. So that's awesome. Thanks, Ash. Streak. I didn't even know she was going to watch the show. I just talked to her on the phone, and she's like, "Well, yeah." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm doing the show," and and the next line down, it's David Avocado Wolf is coming out. That's how you spell it. Ashley is. I like to be transparent, guys. The reason David Avocado Wolf is coming out is because of Ashley. She wanted that expedition. She got that expedition. She made it happen. She fought for that expedition, and I'm proud of you, girl. You got a man who she really respects, and she'll be very excited to meet. And he will be so impressed with Ashley and Todd Standing, man. He is going to have his mind blown. We're going to own this October expedition. Probably we picked with David the safest expedition with really good results. So is this October expedition? It's pretty safe. And it's still in October enough where he's going to get some good results. So we'll see how it goes. And then I've got another celebrity coming out on the last expedition that I will not talk about at this point. So, and just last couple questions. I'm actually 15 minutes west of Grand Prairie. We'll be moving to Whitehorse soon. I was there 2 months ago already, scoping out the area, and learned a lot. And there, yeah, awesome. Hey, you know what? And this is Meech. Please send us get into the Discovering Bigfoot fan page. Hey, if you want to do a show with Kyle,
email me.
He's the Discovering Bigfoot
I'd love
podcast.
to hear what you got.
Send him something. And
get you on the show.
Yeah, and then Ashley's got Foraging for Bigfoot.
Yep.
And Nature Infused Ash. She has amazing. And what's so amazing, you guys, you've seen Ashley on the show quite a few times. If you haven't, you should go watch them. She's so different from me, from him, from anybody I work with. And man, you better embrace that. Not only is she a woman and she's feminine and she's got all these special talents, but she's very, very different. Like we're moving in the same direction, but in a very different way. And that's what makes us such a powerful cooperation. Kyle doesn't follow me around. Kyle tells me, no, that doesn't happen. Kyle, hey, that's wrong and this and that, fix that. And
well, we have to have that relationship. Because yes, you are a mentor of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do somewhat idolize you, but I'm still going to question you, and I still have to be able to push you, and you still have to be able to push me, because otherwise we're not getting anywhere.
Absolutely. So,
I mean, like, I'm sure people out there are like, I'd love to be sitting next to, like, I'm sitting next to Todd Standing, like, hanging out with him. Like, that's cool enough for me, but I can't have a relationship like that with you, because this isn't about our relationship.
No, it's not. And when it comes to, like, Jeff Meldrum and I, we talked about this in Mississippi when I saw him last in person. And our relationship has to not be personal. It has to be about the discovery, because that's the most important thing. He's got lots of friends. I got lots of friends. So it's really, but then again, with my people, it's damn personal. It's hella personal. I can't not be personal about this discovery. He sees how much my little girl and my son just treasure and adore me. And I leave them a lot. And it's hard. My little girl cries when daddy leaves, that breaks my heart. So it's freaking personal as hell. It has to be personal with the Sasquatch, because they're seeing into you. This is not business. It can't be business. I suppose I'm business with Jeff Meldrum because he's not in the field with me. The more he comes out in the field, but he's got to be a PhD. That's his role. He's not going to get personal. And I am nothing but personal, because you will see nothing but incredible, crazy passion in Todd Standing. That's why people, like Ashley just told me today, it's love him or hate him. You love Todd Standing or you hate him, because he is nobody's going to argue. He's very passionate. I'll bleed for this discovery. I have bled. The stuff that I've done is, what did Ashley say no to?
I don't know.
Oh, it was a long time ago. The sound happens. She, that's why she texted us, because we hadn't got down that far in the questions.
Yeah, we covered that already.
Yeah, so, but she left this message probably 20 minutes ago.
Probably. Well, you keep talking.
Yeah, she's talking here. I've seen them twice now, and she has seen them twice, and just more than that. Ashley is attracting them. Ashley's bringing around Jane. Yeah. Ashley is this has just become so damn rich, and there's so many people like that Darren makes it rich. Kyle makes it rich. I'm so excited about Caitlin. I'm so happy about Logan and what's going on with him. I got Texas, and it's just the levels of stuff that are going on. It's just what's next, what's next with this incredible, amazing discovery. So that'll be it for today, guys. That's 58 minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's not likely there'll be a show next week. Randy says, Todd, I almost didn't see you guys with the camouflage you're wearing. We were actually out doing work for the documentary today. So we put on our camo. We were out in the bush today, though. We were out at a beautiful place for a couple hours. So we're fully geared to go out. But so I'm not sure. Unlikely there'll be a show next week, but the week after, most assuredly, there will be a show. And Sasquatch Sundays are happening, podcast. And Ashley's going to have her own amazing show, and she's doing, I can't recommend following her enough. If you want to know more about what Ashley had success with and what's happening with her almost every day, she posts like crazy on Instagram, Nature Infused Ash and Foraging with Bigfoot. So an awesome, amazing Instagram page. I'm on Instagram as well.
So am I.
But Ashley is, the podcast and Ashley, they are just you got to tune into those guys, man. These guys are devoted to putting stuff up, to providing you with information, to growing and helping everything wild wilderness connected to nature with Sasquatch. It's incredible. They're doing great, incredible work, and I'm honored to have them on board. So thanks, Cal.
Thank you.
Today. And y'all take care of yourselves, please. Until next time, bye for now.